What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with the RK Outpost, and CD Projekt Red has shown time and time again why they are a different gaming company. We have talked about it here on this channel, how they are so consumer friendly and so upfront and honest about what they are doing. And we saw that again today, even when GameSpot writes a absolutely garbage tier trash clickbait fake news article about Cyberpunk 2077, and there were a couple people that were shocked, really surprised by that news in that article. Well, CD Projekt Red came out immediately and shut it down and said that is trash, that is fake news, do not believe them, this is the truth. And it was awesome to see. Now, there were a couple people I saw talking about this, and there's still this information floating around, because guess what? When you're a big media outlet like GameSpot and you write a headline like this, it's going to fly because people don't actually read the stories. Look at this from GameSpot. Cyberpunk 2077 microtransactions, quote, won't be aggressive, says developer. Well, that headline has certain connotations, doesn't it? Cyberpunk 2077 is a game that's coming out this November, a single-player game. A single-player game that they have promised time and time again will have no microtransactions whatsoever. So this news was shocking to some people. You had in the replies, you had people saying, well, that's it. I'm not buying this game then. Well, they lied to us. Guess we can't play that. That was all you saw. But of course, this is a lie. This is not true. This is fake news. Because let's look at the actual article. Now it says Cyberpunk 2077 dev talks multiplayer modes, microtransactions. Quote, we won't be aggressive. Well, when you go all the way down, you can see, I wish I had the original article. I wish I had it, because they didn't put anything in there specifying multiplayer, right? Look at this. An earlier version of this article did not clarify that the quote was in reference to the multiplayer experience. This has been changed. Of course, yes, it's been changed, but in a lot of ways, the damage has already been done, hasn't it, GameSpot? Because you went out there, you wanted an article that people would click on. You wanted some controversy, and you got it when you put something out like this. Now, in the replies, it's now flooded with people defending CD Projekt Red, defending Cyberpunk 2077, because, of course, they were not going to take that. Look at this. This is what they said, right, way back in the day, right? This is March 8th, 2019. Someone says, I'm so hyped for Cyberpunk 2077. Just please, for the love of God, do not go down the route that made other game developers have gone down and add microtransactions. It doesn't need it and players don't want it. Look forward to more content. Cyberpunk says, no microtransactions. They retweeted that today. Nothing has changed. Cyberpunk 2077 is a single-player game with 0 microtransactions. One single purchase. No tricks. Don't believe the clickbait. Right? So they came out and just straight up said it. These articles are fake. This is clickbait. Don't trust it. They follow up. Cyberpunk multiplayer / online, which is a completely separate project. Now, is it going to be in the same world as Cyberpunk 2077? Yeah, obviously, they've created a huge world and a bunch of lore to go around it. We'll have some microtransactions, but we said that a year ago already. Like always, expect us treating your money with respect. So they are making it very clear that there are not going to be microtransactions in Cyberpunk 2077, which they have said from the very beginning. And listen, CD Projekt Red, years and years, you can see that they are very honorable. They do exactly what they tell you are going to do, or that they say they will do, and they are very upfront and honest about it. This multiplayer, which is a completely, like they said, a completely separate project, will have some microtransactions. Let's take a look at what they said about that. Cyberpunk 2077's multiplayer experience, which it makes it sound, right, like that is attached to Cyberpunk 2077. But in fact, it's called Cyberpunk Online, right? It is a separate project. It's not like it's going to be launching alongside this. We will not see this game, this project, until at least 2022, likely 2023. It's a long way away. Has effectively nothing to do with Cyberpunk 2077 that we're getting this winter / fall. Which is coming after the single-player game releases, will have some form of microtransaction system, and now developer CD Projekt Red has added some additional insight on its approach. And this is all about this earnings report that you can go take a look at as well. Some interesting stuff in there, including them talking about how, like, why they're not going to change the price for their game, why they're sticking to $60 in the United States, and I think 69.99 euros, which is the normal release price for a game over there. We're never aggressive towards our fans. We treat them fairly and we're friendly. So of course not. We won't be aggressive, but you can expect great things to be bought. The goal is to design monetization in a way that makes people happy to spend money. I'm not trying to be cynical or hide something. It's about creating a feeling of value, right? That is what he said in reference to the multiplayer game, potential microtransactions in that game, which is to be released, as they go on to say much, much later. They say Cyberpunk 2077's multiplayer spin-off sounds a lot different down there, doesn't it, than Cyberpunk 2077's multiplayer experience. Yes, the multiplayer spin-off game is not expected anytime soon. They expect it to release in 2022 at the soonest. And knowing CD Projekt Red, we can probably assume it will be later than that. But GameSpot, rightfully so, got absolutely wrecked in the comments. Maybe don't be this trashy at making clickbait titles and actually say CD Projekt Red are talking about the multiplayer that's coming later, separately from Cyberpunk 2077 in the effing title. Look, here you go. And just like that, I'm not buying, because that's all it takes for some people is to see a headline. They don't even read the article. Headline should have clarified that they're talking about Cyberpunk's multiplayer spin-off game. Yeah, absolutely. A lot of fans of Cyberpunk and fans of CD Projekt Red are coming in and clarifying, helping everyone to understand, helping GameSpot to understand. Look right here. What are overhyped Cyberpunk 2077? I knew they couldn't be trusted. They release one decent game that gets their name out there and pretend to be good guys, but in the end, the turntables. Maybe this person's not an English speaker. I don't know. There's a couple issues in there. But once again, this person was, they were corrected on their stance. But it's easy to fall prey to this, right? You see a headline after CD Projekt Red has promised over and over again that Cyberpunk 2077 will not have microtransactions. You see this headline from what's supposed to be a trusted games journalist outlet. But we all know that games journalism is absolute dog shit right now. They did this intentionally. We all know that they did. And it worked. Honestly, it did work for them. And they just put a little update in this, right? Just this little update all the way at the end. By the way, we completely lied in this article earlier. We fixed it now. Thanks. It's absolute trash. I'm still looking very much forward to Cyberpunk 2077, which will have 0 microtransactions, just like CD Projekt Red has told us all along. I hope that you weren't one of those people that fell for this clickbait, for this fake news. But if you were, I can't really blame you, because it's how it is out there. It's tough to get the real story. But CD Projekt Red showing once again that they are very willing to be open and honest about everything. This multiplayer, whenever it comes in the future, who knows what that'll be? Will it be like a free-to-play game with microtransactions in it? Who knows? That's a long way off, and it's a completely separate project from Cyberpunk 2077. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments below. Make sure you smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.